evening, everyone. Welcome to Paranormal Mondays Live. You're joining me this evening, Angela from South Coast Ghosts. We've got Julia from Paranation, Ben and Dave from Abnormal Paranormal, and Luke, one of our investigators.
Yeah.
Hope you've all had a good week. I don't really have a plan for this evening, so we're just going to see whatever happens basically this evening. But first of all, we'd like to hear from Abnormal Paranormal and their investigation they did a couple of weekends ago at Borough Monk.
Okay, do you want to talk about that?
Yes, so we went a few weeks ago to Borough Monk, which is a fort. It's like a church on a hill fort from like the 15th century-ish. So yeah, it's quite old. Obviously they do like solstice there as well, like summer solstice. They're quite into that, like around that area, pagan stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite a spiritual place anyway. So yeah, we just did a normal short investigation because yeah, it was a nice day, good weather. Get out there.
The weather was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we thought just to go out there because we wanted to do Borough Monk for a while. So you know, we went out and we pretty much spent most of the day there, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we were there to
like when you guys go to Waverley Abbey, so it's just a free investigation for us.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Some of our equipment did get some good EVPs.
There's really some weird stuff, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There was some weird stuff coming through on the spirit box. And,
Yeah.
you know, we found it was more.
It's more audio again.
Audio,
like,
yeah.
Devices, not all the devices went off. A couple times, like EMF went off on the floor. Obviously, it's on the ground, stone floor. No electricity there. So
No.
debunk that.
But
What
really
sort of messages did you get?
Sorry?
What sort of messages did you get on the EVPs?
Well, we were introducing ourselves, weren't we? And I said,
you heard a scream. There was a woman screaming.
Yeah, and an interesting one on the screen actually is when we were up there. I think it was about, was it 9, 10 o'clock?
Yeah, 8, 9.
Yeah, 8, 9. So it was pretty much dark then.
Yeah.
There was a lady and her and her son come up, and basically she's into like witchcraft, isn't she? This lady was
like spiritual stuff, right?
And she just asked us. She popped her head into like the the old ruins. And she just asked, what are you guys up to in there tonight, if you mind me asking? And we obviously explained that we do paranormal stuff, and
yeah, she's quite interesting.
Yeah, because she was, what did she say about lady vampire or something? She said she connects with like a lady vampire up there.
Yeah, like pagan stuff, I think.
Yeah. So she goes up there quite often.
Okay.
But so that was quite interesting. But it was good to have a chat with someone who kind of liked my, you know.
Yeah.
Because obviously in those open places, you know, you don't know if you're going to get people who are going to mess around with you whilst you're trying to investigate, you know, and stuff like that. So it was quite cool to speak to someone like mine. But
Ghost Dragon Investigation says we did Borough Monk a while ago and needs investigating again.
Yeah, it's definitely one to go back to. Like,
yeah, we said that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Hello, Francis.
Hello, Francis.
And hello, Gray.
Hi, Graham. Hi, Francis. And Ghost Dragons.
Yeah, we were getting some really cool like stuff back on the EVP when we were talking. Actually, asking, is there anyone there? Hello, you know, can you introduce yourself? And we heard hello back, wasn't it? Straight away.
And we said like our names, Ben and Dave.
Oh yeah, that was
it said like, who's that?
Who's that? Yeah.
Oh, really?
Or who's who sort of thing.
Yeah.
So take it back to like
conversation.
We spoke before, haven't we, about like what the spirits see you as?
Can they see you?
Can they see the actual full figure, or is it like a ball of energy sort of thing? So it's one of those.
How the spirits see you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because it asked who's that, so we didn't know what it was, because we obviously introduced ourselves to the spirits, you know, and was asking them to communicate with us, didn't we?
One time it said go home as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't go home.
No. You never kind of do, even though you say We'll go home if you say it again.
Yeah.
You never go home.
Gemma says, "Hi everyone, it's Gemma. Good to see Abnormal Paranormal on here. Sorry I've missed some." You haven't missed much.
Yeah, it's an interesting place, like Ghost Dragon Investigations. I say it's it's on top of like a hill. It's quite steep as well. So I think if you look at it, it was almost like they didn't know what they wanted to use it for, either like a church or like a fort.
Yeah.
Because obviously, because it's quite high up, it's got really good.
Churches were quite important back then. Obviously.
Yeah.
What equipment did you use?
We used
everything.
Pretty much all of our equipment. REM pods, EMF, cat balls. You obviously used like cameras, EVPs, spirit boxes.
Yeah, we kept seeing the mist as well.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
but we weren't sure if it was.
We didn't know if it was like lens flare or
time of day.
Yeah, because obviously it was like sunset as well, so you obviously try and debunk stuff, don't you, whilst you're investigating. So you can never really be too sure.
How did you find the climb back down?
It'd be easier to roll back down.
Going up.
It's the going up part. Yeah.
And Graham said, "Do they see us in our time or their time, or see our surroundings or theirs where they when they lived?"
Ben's got an interesting thing to say about that, actually, Graham.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like what? Well, I don't know if my eyes were playing tricks on me and stuff like that, but I looked in the corner and for a split second I saw like an old church chair, like like the dark brown, like with like the pew, what they call it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally like that, but a small version, like in the corner by the door. Obviously, there isn't a door; it's an archway. There's obviously no windows in there because it's just a ruin. But it was only for a split second, and I was, it's one of those moments where am I going mad? Seeing stuff, like, but that's a bit odd.
Yeah,
I guess there's nothing in there then, is there?
No, it's just literally a ruin. Probably a bit like Waverley Abbey, from the pictures I've seen from and the videos you guys have shared. And kind of a bit like that, really.
Small version of that.
Yeah, it's a smaller version of that.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, but it is an interesting place.
Gemma asked, "Is it a free venue?" I guess.
Yeah, it's just an outside venue.
Yeah. English heritage, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So there's a car park which is open all the time. It's got no barriers on it, so you could just rock up and go and investigate.
Yeah.
Go and have a great time.
For free.
Great Ghost Dragon said it actually lines up with Glastonbury Tor when you're looking across.
Yeah,
I thought I noticed that, didn't I? Yeah, I thought I could see Glastonbury Tor in the far distance. Actually,
clear day as well. Yeah.
I know where the Tor is.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been there.
Yeah, that's another place which would be interesting to do. We want to do some stuff.
Quite busy though.
We want to do some stuff in Glastonbury, hopefully soon. So because it's quite close to us. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is Glastonbury Tor exactly? Is it like just sort of a monument on?
Yeah, it's a monument.
Yeah.
There's also King Alfred's Tower as well, which is the same sort of thing.
We thought we could see that as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, from there. It's very high up.
Yeah.
I think there's one in Wales as well. A Tor up a big hill.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe they all sort of line up.
Some incredible abandoned castles. Wales do. It's amazing. Yeah, really nice.
Asylum as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
Has anyone done any places in Wales?
Only the Skirridin.
We've done
I have. Yeah, what was it called? I did. I can't remember what it's called now. I went a few years ago. I slept there for a few days.
A few days.
I can't remember the name of it. It's like a big house mansion sort of thing. What the name of it?
Is it Bromwell Garth?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Is it North Wales? Because I know that's North Wales.
South Wales.
South Wales. Is it? Was it?
Got the name of it now.
Was it a castle?
No, it's like a house. They do weddings and stuff there.
What happened when you were there?
I think when I was trying, I couldn't sleep though. I couldn't sleep the whole weekend for some reason.
Oh.
Heard something click their fingers in my ear when I was sleeping.
Wow.
Did you take any photos or videos or EVPs?
Might be a few photos. I can't remember. It's a long time, a few years ago. Can't remember much of that bit now.
Okay. Francis says Cardiff Castle is interesting. I like castles.
I think I've heard of. We drove past that or something. Yeah, I think we drove past that before, but we haven't investigated. There's a lot of castles in Wales which are quite interesting.
Yeah. And Ghost Dragon says a lot of tower-type buildings were used as poaching watchtowers, as a lot of land would belong to lords.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah, I don't know anything about poaching. Watchtowers.
Hi,
Hi, Evan. Cool.
See you Saturday.
Yeah. Should we talk a bit about what might happen Saturday?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Go on, Julia.
Yeah.
Okay, so this Saturday, we're returning to Shepton Mallet Prison down in Somerset. We were last there last September. I don't know if anyone's been since, but it was my first time there, and it was absolute. Well, it'd been on my bucket list for a long time, and we did lots. We did lots that night. We did an all-nighter, and I remember throwing a ping pong ball down one of the wings and asking if they could throw it back, and it seemed to like change direction and come back to me. So lots of things. I remember I was walking down one of the wings at it must be about 4 a.m. on my own, or 5 a.m, and my idea was to open up the door of the wing and just record walking down and walking back up the wing. Opened up the door, called out, hello, is anybody there? And I heard people saying hello back to me. And I just could not walk any further inside that wing. I was out of there. I just couldn't. I just lost my nerve, and I just couldn't do it. So Saturday is until 4. So I hope to maybe conquer my fear of that place and walk down a wing on my own and back. But it really is spine chilling. And even when I was walking around before I even got to the prison wing, it just felt like there's someone behind you all the time, or someone is there all the time. It really did have the scare factor for me. It was amazing. I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, Gemma can't wait till Saturday either. Just can't wait for it starting to charge stuff already.
Lovely.
Oh, yes, I must charge my stuff as well.
And Wingby is absolutely brilliant for footsteps and whistles.
Oh, okay.
I remember going down one wing by myself because I didn't know where people had gone. I thought I'd just go and find people.
Nerves are still, Angela.
I can't remember which wing it was, but I got so far down and then I could hear sort of voices in the distance. But I thought, I'm sure there's nobody in here. So I only got part of the way down. I'm like, no, I'm going. And I sort of lost my nerve as well. I was like, no, I'm not going down here by myself when I don't think there's anyone here, but I can hear people.
It really is like that though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just, hopefully I won't be as scared this time, but when I turned up, I was excited. But as soon as it gets past a certain time, you're like, I really don't want to walk around here on my own.
It's a very interesting place. I mean,
chapel's really good.
Yeah, we're hoping the chapel's open, aren't we?
Yeah, they were doing the roof last time, so we didn't have access to the chapel, sadly. So hopefully this time. But I think we were with Abnormal Paranormal. That's the first time we met you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And was it wing? And Abnormal Paranormal had this little. I thought it was a really good idea. one of the little candle lights, the little dinky ones, and they had their fingers on the candlelight, and they were using it as a pointer, like a planchette. And I thought that was a really good idea. Really good. Never thought of doing that before.
Improvised.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good idea, and it worked. But even like then, it was. I think we sort of like split along some of the rooms in there. Abnormal Paranormal in one room. I think we were in another room, and it was just there was just some really creepy stuff. And I think we got some photos last time of like a couple of figures down the bottom of the stairs in B wing. I'm sure it's B wing. So that was.
There was
something there. Yeah.
There was definitely something there watching us. We could feel it though. That was the weird thing. You could just feel there was an energy there.
Presence, yeah.
And it was like someone was watching us like halfway up the stairs. You could just see their head.
Yeah.
It was really strange.
Yeah.
But I love Shetland's a great place. I think it's got so much to it.
And it's so big as well. You know, like we had quite a big group last time, and once everyone had dispersed, it as Angela said, you know, you could walk along a wing on your own and think, well, where is everybody? Where is everybody? You know, it's like
stuck in there.
We went in the morgue to begin with, didn't we? And that was really, there was something weird happening in there.
Quite heavy.
We kept on hearing like
heavy
so you got like, you know, the room with the pillars.
Yes.
And we got the actual morgue room next door to it, attached to it. We were in the pillar room, weren't we? And we kept on hearing noises in the next room. And I went in there on my own and I was calling out. And I had to get out of there because there was something weird going on in there. There was a horrible energy in that room. Really horrible it was. Yeah.
Gemma's asked, has anyone had any poltergeist activity there?
We've had table tipping.
Yeah,
really good.
Really quite vicious table tipping that was, wasn't it? Because that was like bouncing, like bang, 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 bang. That was weird.
Really strong.
That was really strong. That was in one of the cells, wasn't it? I can't remember what cell block it was in now.
Don't ask me.
But I was actually talking to the guy I work with who he's an ex-prison guard, and he actually shut down. He helped shut down. He was one of the last prison guard in Shepton Mallet. Back when they closed in 2013. Yeah, I work with him now, so I've been talking to him about it the past week.
Has he had any experiences?
Yeah.
He's had bits and bobs, but he said to me, like, when it was a working prison, you don't notice it as much because there's so much noise from inmates and stuff like that. You don't really notice it. But he said it is very weird in some places. But he's been asking me questions about what the layout of it is now, because obviously he hasn't been back since finished there. So I said I'll take some pictures and stuff for him.
So Graham has said, Ghost Dragons have said, wing beef. Sorry, Angela, you go.
Wing beef, or halfway down, just by the middle staircase, there's a cell, and call out Charlie. If he's active, you will know.
Oh, I think I know where you mean. Oh, Charlie.
Graham's put, I went there a couple of years ago for a birthday treat and captured some strange things. Videoed a shadow figure, heavy footsteps on a gantry, recorded a man singing out in the yard. Spooky place.
It is. Totally agree.
Spooky.
I think it's the only one that I've ever sort of felt really sort of like, you know, scared in for a long time.
Yeah. Ghost Road says the blood draining room is the pillar room.
Ah, so blood draining room. What does that mean, Ghost Dragons? Is that like where they sort of used to drain blood out the bodies or something? So I'm not really that up on that.
And Gemma said, I think a recorder may be good with what everyone is saying.
Voice recorder. Yeah. Good idea, Gemma. Yeah, let's get that going.
Alan's asked, is it a proper morgue or is it a fake one for the public?
No, it's a proper one.
No, it's a proper one. They used to use it.
By the hospital.
Yeah, because the holes are on the outside. They've still got. I think it's like the hatch of where they used to like dump the bodies out. I think if you look from the outside.
Yeah. Have you been there before, Alan?
Christine's put, we had a lot of activity in cell 7 the spirit growled and told us to F off and get out.
Yeah.
Oh,
What was the cell that we had lots of activity last time? Was it the Cray cell?
I think, yeah, that people got
Can't
quite
remember.
a few.
Can't remember what number that was.
No.
I'd have to look back over the footage.
Ghost Drone said, we've had a lot of possible poltergeist activity at Shepton. What kind of things happened? And he's also put, for getting bodies ready for burial, the pillar room is sloped into the middle where the draining hole was.
Oh, that's quite gruesome, isn't it?
Nice.
But I guess it's all the bodily fluids all used to sort of like drain down into the hole.
Yeah, it's better than having to
I find if you do a lot, we've always had some weird stuff happen around that morgue area. It's worth spending a bit of time in there. It's a very strange feeling in there at times.
Oh, Alan. Oh, you're in for a treat.
Oh, good. Guess what I'll be playing. Gemma, do you think it could be overdone as a lot of people seem to go?
No, I still think there's an awful lot. There's centuries to uncover.
Yeah. I suppose there must be a lot there, but it's also a big place as well. So,
massive.
Unlike little places where they can, like 30 East Drive, is it? It's not very big, but a lot of people think that's been overdone.
You've been there, Luke, haven't you? 30 East Drive. It's quite small, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a council house house. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get much there when you were there?
There was water on the floor that come out of nowhere.
Oh really?
Yeah, well, it's just me and my uncle there in the end. Everyone left, and me and my uncle stayed behind.
Last one standing. That's what I like to hear.
Graham's put, when we had just come out of the chapel, the voice sang the song Going to the Chapel. Very apt.
Oh.
Yeah, the chapel area is very active in the chapel. Remember we went, what happened now?
Well, a lot of the equipment was going off, like cables and quite active.
Very interactive with like the equipment, if I remember. Yeah, when we were there before.
I was speaking to one of my friends today, and she said that even if you can't get in the chapel or the kitchens, which are, I think, next to it, she suggested to me, maybe try doing, if you can't get in the chapel, maybe try doing something outside, like the chapel door or outside the chapel. She said, because you still might get stuff. True. So that's a good tip.
Yeah, true.
We've had doors slam, little cupboards swinging, table tipping, aggressive, spirit boards active.
Did we have a cupboard door opening? Where did we have a cupboard door opening?
Oh, we had, before we started, when we were in the base room, Paul saw a door opening sort of the other end of the room. I think it was behind Lynn. And Lynn was looking down. I think she saw it.
Yeah, door opens, yeah.
And then behind us, like where you come in, the main front door, I think that opened, or we heard something behind that. And the woman who worked there went to investigate, and she said there was no one there. So it all sort of started before we even started, didn't it?
It did.
Start as you mean to go on.
Yeah.
It was a good night.
Yeah. Ghost Dragon Investigations, we had someone play the piano in the chapel, and the spirit box said his playing was awful.
And
we had the best ever SLS footage in Wing B2. Got it in a USB drive, but sadly can't find it.
Oh,
always.
I'll have to try. Let's try some.
Stuff on Paranormal, didn't we?
Yeah. Alan's also put, I drove past Bursledon Brickworks today, and there's a house being built along the main drive from the entrance gates. Is this the end of investigations there?
Oh, that is interesting. We have done a few ghost hunts there, but we haven't done a ghost hunt there for, It must be a few years. You know how time flies when you're ghost hunting. It's, you know, one year sort of seems to merge into another. But I wonder. I don't know. We'll have to keep our eye on that one, I guess.
Hopefully not then.
No,
is that a good place? Well, we haven't been, but
No.
it's an old brickworks, and it's now like a museum, like a small museum. But there's enough there to keep you busy for the night. Yeah, it's a pretty good place. Yeah, I've enjoyed the times I've been there, but you know what it's like. You just do like event after event after event, and as soon as a new one comes up, everybody wants to do the new venue. Oh, where have I gone? No, I am. But
Okay.
yeah, we have managed to secure the Unicorn Theatre in Abingdon, which dates back to medieval times. So, yeah, that's a new one. That might be a little bit far for you boys, but
nothing's too far for a ghost hunt. We were actually talking about that the other day, actually. So it's an actual old theatre, is it?
It's had many uses over the years, but I think it's only been an actual theatre since 1950s.
Okay.
But I think it used to be like house, and yeah, it's had many uses over the years. It used to be a school, and yeah.
So a lot of different sort of energies have resided there then.
I think so. Hopefully, I've never been there before, but I saw it come up very recently, and I thought, let's try and get in there. Where there's a will, there's a way, and we're in. So yes, they said yes, we can hire it. So I'm like, brilliant. Let's go there and have a look. You know, if it's not particularly active, we won't go there again. We'll move on. Ghost Dragons. Oh, Alan said, best try to book one in soon, just in case. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll bear that in mind. Ghost Dragons, Abnormal Paranormal. Are you going to Shepton this weekend?
Yes, we are. Yeah, we're there. Yeah, we're definitely there. We love Shepton. Shepton's one of our favourite places.
Yeah.
It's close to us, but it's also just a very interesting place, like history-wise.
Always get some activity.
And activity-wise, it's brilliant. So you always get stuff happening there. So it's a really good place.
I think even if you didn't get anything, which I very much doubt that anyone walks away from that place without getting anything, you know, just to, and this is what I say about a lot of the venues, just to have that venue to yourself, you know, to yourself and a small group of people, is just amazing. We've hired Wookie Hole Caves, and we've, you know, in the mill, and we've had that to ourselves, and just walking around the caves and being able to, you know, sort of like take it all in without a tour guide saying, okay, next group, you know, rush you through. It was just amazing. We've done that a couple of times now, so that's quite an interesting place.
I can imagine that is.
Yeah, the first time I just hired the caves, and the second time I hired the caves and the mill. So yeah, it was quite an interesting place.
Sorry, I missed all that. It was an important phone call.
Oh, we're down to we're down to Graham Bentley. The Brickworks is another place for getting EVPs.
Okay.
Yeah, Graham's brilliant at EVPs. He always gets, I don't know, maybe it's the manner in which he asks the questions. I don't know, but he's, you know, he's great with EVPs.
Yeah. I'm rubbish with EVPs.
And Paul is as well. You know, Paul.
Yeah.
I'm back. It's his background. It keeps making me go.
That's it. Are you really there?
Yeah, it's like a hologram, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I've got to sit close, and then I don't disappear, or maybe it's the internet or something. But yeah.
Is it sold out then on Saturday, or is there more tickets still going?
That's a good question. I did have someone message me over the weekend and this morning about having he wanted 4, but I'm just seeing if he's managed to book. But I think realistically, no, he hasn't yet. But realistically, I think we could probably only take probably about 4 or 5 more at a push.
Yeah.
I think when we did it last time, it was just a little bit too many. So I tried to scale it down a little bit this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could probably put a couple more people in. Do you know what I think it is? I think it's because I haven't got any lights on here and it's not recognising me.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, it must be.
If I just stay still and not move.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me. But yeah, I think we could probably take, maybe sort of like 4 more, and then I think that's it for me. So yeah, but it's going to be a good one, and I think there's a few small teams come in, so they'll just go off and do their own thing. So yeah, and I think that's what people want to do, isn't it? They want to ghost hunt, and they want to go off and do ghost hunting and see what they get. Everyone's got like different interests. Like Graham, he loves EVPs. He loves, photos, taking EVPs, and he's got some really good stuff. But everybody's got their own sort of like ways of doing things and their own interests in ghost hunting, haven't they? So, I might say, oh, I'm going to do like glass moving, and people go, oh God, that's a bit boring. But I would like to do some, I think it's transfiguration. I would like to give that a go on Saturday as well, and see if we can get anything from that, because that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Ghost dragons. Graham Bentley, EVPs are great as long as your EVP recorder is a decent one. Some cheap ones pick up too much interference and sounds from the inner workings. Graham's got some good stuff. I think there's some in my group that Graham's posted over the years. Yeah, there's some pretty good stuff there.
Hello, Dora.
Dora.
Hello, Dora.
Yeah.
Alan says he's going to run around naked screaming.
Right. Well, you might attract the wrong attention, Alan.
On camera.
You don't know who's been locked up there.
No.
Over the years.
From what my
Dennis Nielsen
guy at work said to me about the ex-prison guard, he said before it closed, there was a lot of wrong people in there.
Wrong people?
Yeah.
What, like murderers?
Bacon.
Paedophiles and that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Really wrong people.
Yeah, really. It was before it shut down.
Good luck, Alan.
Yeah, good luck.
Don't bend over in the shower. Oh, dear me. Right, anyway. Hello, Dora. Oh, ghost dragons. Oh, you're on the same wavelength as me then. Don't forget the soap. Yeah, don't forget the soap. Yes. Yeah. On another note, hasn't it been nice and sunny this week?
The weather forecast now, is it?
Oh dear.
What other investigations is there coming up then for like Paranation after Shepton?
Well, what have we got? We got Oxford Castle in June, beginning of June.
Woo! Looking forward to that one.
Oh, well, that's another long one because that's another all-nighter.
Yeah.
We love an all-nighter.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're throwing in breakfast as well. So we got like a light breakfast and some juice and some coffee. So yeah, that's gonna sort of, if I survive Shepton, I'll be going to Oxford Castle. So yeah, another long one at this weekend. It's 9 till 4. and then Shepton, it's no, Oxford Castle, it's 8 till 8. It's an all-nighter. You know, I probably won't sleep because I'd be, you know, ghost hunting. And yeah, I've been there a couple of times before. We haven't got the whole castle because some of it is now a hotel, which is, you know, it's the way things are. But what we have got is, you know, is great, and we got a head count as well. So, you know, there's not gonna, it's not gonna be like really crowded or anything. So, it should be pretty good. And then we've got
any spaces left on that one? For Francis?
Oh, sadly not. Sadly we've sold out, and I have got a waiting list for Oxford Castle, but I'm happy to add anybody. And you know, people do, you know, they do drop out at the last minute, so through one thing or another. So there's always a chance, you know, if anyone wants to be popped on my list, I'm more than happy. But yeah, then after that we've got Merley House in July. Never been there before. That's down in Wimborne. That's a beautiful home, like little mansion. It's a quite big mansion, and that dates back to, I think it's 17th century. So that's quite interesting. I've been reading up on that. And yeah, August, September, and October, we haven't got anything booked in at the moment. So if anyone's got any suggestions of where they'd like to go, you know, it'd be great to hear from you. Beginning of November, we're at Cogs Manor Farm, which is the other side of Oxford. We did a Halloween there last year, and it was just weird. That's all I can say. It was weird. I think one of the weird things that happened, we came out of there at like 2 o'clock. We finished at 2. And it got to about 20 past 2. We're just wrapping up, but we were like chatting on the drive, and we're just chatting, and there seemed to be a lot of people walking out the front of the building at like 10 past 2 in the morning, and you're like, oh, there's a party or something, but it wasn't. They didn't look rowdy. They weren't, you know, really dressing like you know, party clothes or anything, and you thought, oh, have they come back from like a day out or something? But, or, you know, local village hall, was it that, you know, it's like 2 in the morning. Village halls normally shut at like 11:30, 12. And you thought, where have all these people? And it wasn't just like 3 or 4, it was probably about 15 people, all walking in like groups of like 3s and 2s and 4s, and all just walking up. And then, as I think 2 ladies left earlier, a little bit, not much early, probably about half an hour before me, and they sent me an email and they said, look, I'm a bit concerned, you're not leaving on your own because there's a weird man outside the gate. And Gemma also saw him when she went out. Gemma said Cogs is amazing. And it's just, in Whitney, Francis, and it's just like, it was just weird, absolutely weird. The caretaker there for the night was amazing, great guy. It's definitely worth, you know, if anyone's interested. We've taken some space with some we've taken some, it's been a very long day. We've taken some bookings already for it, but it's a good one. And then we've got a new one at the end of November, the Unicorn Theatre. But we really need to get something in for, you know, August, September, October time. So yeah, we're a little bit behind this year.
Yeah. Dorchester Prison is another good location.
Yeah, I've done Shire Hall. I haven't done Dorchester Prison. Thing is, we don't want to do too many prisons in a row, because we did Shepton Mallet Prison, then we're doing like Oxford Castle Prison. You're like, you know, they'll look us up. Yeah, that might be one to do in the future.
Yeah, what was that other prison that people wanted to do? I think
Shrewsbury.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a way out, isn't it? That's.
I think Gloucester Prison is supposed to be quite good as well.
Oh,
yeah, I've heard that's. Yeah, maybe that's. Do a couple of prisons next year, I think. Maybe we'll put a couple in our diary for next year.
Do a prison crawl, yeah.
Yeah, do a prison call. Yeah, of course, yeah. Ghost dragons. I'm currently working on Stonehenge as a place of investigation. Oh,
I think
yeah.
they investigate there.
No, I didn't realise they did investigations there, but that's interesting.
That'd be good, especially for like the summer.
Yeah.
When the weather's nice and
Yeah.
You should do Ghost Dragon. You should do Stonehenge and then do the ancient ramen the next night.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the activity you get there because the ley lines up. That'd be incredible. That would.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Good investigation.
And Gemma's asked, are there any old hospitals?
Well, the only one that I really know of down here is the one in Netley, which the only bit that stands now is like the sort of like main bit. The hospital wings have all been demolished. We did that a few years ago now, but it's not, I wouldn't really say it was a standing hospital. I'd love to do Newsham.
Park up in Liverpool. Yeah.
Love to do that. I really would. That's definitely on my hit list. Yeah, Ghost Dragons. Yeah, Newsham. I really would love to do that.
From my Garth would be good as well up in Wales.
Yeah, do you know what? I've heard good things about that one as well. Yeah, because that's was that another mental hospital?
Yeah. It's really big.
That might be a little bit closer. Have you done that?
We haven't done it, no, but we want to do it. It's North Wales though, so for you it's probably quite far.
Yes.
It's probably not. Liverpool might even be closer for you.
Really?
To be honest, because North Wales is like literally aligned with Liverpool, really.
Yeah.
You look at the map.
Hmm.
So it's probably kind of similar.
Yeah. Funny you should say that, Alan. But it's not accessible to, it's just hard to get. I do know somebody with a fort, but it's, to run an investigation there, it's still on like Navy property, so everybody has to be sort of like it. Just to get everybody through the door would be a feat in itself, really.
Yeah.
But things might change.
Yeah.
Make a weekend of it, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think I was looking at Newsham Park the other day, and I think it was like, it didn't seem too far. It was about 3 hours 40 for me. So I thought, that's probably not so bad. So tempted.
It is a good. We'll be in there. Yeah, we'll be there. If you do it, we'll be there.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah.
Well, you could stay, couldn't you? You could get a hotel in Liverpool or something, and like Gemma said, you could make the weekend of it, really, couldn't you?
Yeah. We'll have a look at the price and then decide. Okay. Oh,
wow.
Yes, I did a very expensive venue recently, Alan, and we, through the luck of the gods, we did manage to do it, which was and then the weather threatened to cancel it, and but yeah, we did manage to go ahead, only because the on-site caretaker, I knew him from my very first investigation I did, like 17 years ago, and I was like, Craig, I said, because I was so fed up, to put it mildly, with the situation there, and something had blown off the roof, and I was like, really, really fed up. Didn't think the event would go ahead, so I really wasn't in the best of moods. And then I heard this voice, because there's two caretakers, and I heard this voice. I just turned around and I was like, Greg, oh my God, Greg. I said, God, I've seen you for years. How are you? And he just said, come on, let's get you on that ship. And I thought, yes, you're the kind of guy that we need here.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Bombay Sapphire, yeah, we've done that a couple of times. We did that. When did we last do that? January, and we did it at January 2024 as well. So yeah, we do Bombay Sapphire now and then. So yeah, we do that one.
Ghost Dragon says, trying to meet a heritage rep to talk about the Stonehenge investigation, as they had activists spray it with paint last year, so they're a bit unsure.
Oh,
why they did that?
And he said, so where no thought is, they've just opened the battery bunkers back up to walk around. Going to recce that soon.
yeah, we did that about a month or so ago. So yeah, that was I think, you know, it's a traveling, and you know, like you know, if we go north, Angela's already got an hour on her journey before she sets off from me. So, you know, and then you've got Paul, who's, you know, sort of like an hour the other way. And, you know, it's, you know, a lot of these places are brilliant, really, really brilliant locations, but we just need to feel it a bit closer to home, really. Don't we? It's, you know, it's really exhausting, the traveling, and how guy I met a few weeks ago, how he travels down from Yorkshire, you know, to do an event. Yeah, I take my hat off to him. You know, he's yeah, because I don't know, maybe I'm just getting a little bit too old. It's exhausting.
Well, Francis says, please do one in Basingstoke.
We've done a few in Basingstoke. We used to do the Red Lion. The only thing with the Red Lion is it's a working hotel, so you can have the like a reception room and then hire some bedrooms. That's haunted by an admiral and some ladies of the night. We've also done Basin House Garden ruins. Have we done any more? Bombay Sapphire.
We done Fulford?
Never done Fulford Manor. You boys have done that, haven't you? Yeah.
We hired that last year. Yeah, that's a really good.
Whereabouts is it?
Good place.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Whereabouts is it?
Like Devon Way.
Yeah. Devon Way.
Oh, maybe we can look into that.
It's a good place.
Yeah.
It is a really good place.
That's a hotel as well, isn't it? It's like split in half, right?
Yeah, because he still stays there.
A guy named Francis
Fulford. He still lives there.
He's quite an eccentric guy.
Do you get the whole of it, or do you, because if some of it's a hotel, do you just get part of it?
Yeah, you get half of it. It's a big building, but it's like split in half. Like one half is the hotel, and the other half is
Is it derelict, or is it?
No.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's interesting, but it's an active place, though.
Oh, okay.
Alan says, is he still a raging loony?
Yeah.
Absolutely, Alan.
Swears like a trooper.
Yeah, he does, yeah. Yeah, it's a good place, though. Really good place.
Oh, okay. Ghost Dragon says, it had a massive battle with cavalry to fight for the land and titles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, maybe we have to look into that.
Is that the one that was sort of a caravan park? Or was that something else?
I don't know.
I don't think it's a caravan park. It's an interesting place, though.
Yeah.
Like Ghost
maybe I have to give it a go.
An old battle and stuff where the Fulfords, they obviously had it, then they lost it, then they won it back, sort of thing. And yeah, it's had a lot of bloodshed, I think, over the land over the years.
Oh, maybe we have to put it on our to-do list.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
He's easy to get a hold of, isn't he?
Yeah, it's not very expensive.
Yeah, it wasn't very expensive for us, was it? No.
Did the two of you just hire it?
My sister one of his
Dan,
friends.
Martin.
Yeah, about
And
5
us,
of us.
yeah, only 5 of us. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
Just 5
okay.
of us, yeah. But it is big, like, because obviously the rooms are obviously
Massive.
really old rooms, aren't they? So they're really big,
High ceilings
huge.
and that, yeah.
You know, and we made contact with one of the Fulfords.
Yeah,
His mum, I think it was.
She died recently.
Yeah. Yeah, so we actually made contact with her there, which was quite interesting.
Oh.
But it is an interesting place.
Dora says, any chance we can go back to Whitchurch? God, I can't even talk. I'm so tired. Whitchurch Silk Mill. Yeah, do you know, it's funny you should say that. We have been talking about going back to Whitchurch, because it's been, God, it's got to be a couple of years or so that we were last there. So yeah, I think we'd like to go back there. It was quite active when we went. So yeah, I think we'd like to go back. So yeah, that might be one that's coming up soon, possibly, if they let us back. But yeah, we'd like to go back there.
Whereabouts was that? I can't remember.
The one in Whitchurch. It was quite pretty. It was like a mill, like you went into like the lobby, like a little lobby area. You went up the stairs and there was like a long room with like a cafeteria type place where we had our base room. It had a water wheel room. And then you went upstairs and there was a room with like lots of looms on it, I think. And there was looms in the ground floor as well. But yeah, we got lots of things up there. Lots of rumbling, like people marching up and down the room, and on the, especially the top floor, it sounded like someone was walking up and down. Did you go to that one?
It doesn't sound familiar.
Darren was there.
Darren was there.
Yeah, Darren was there, yeah.
Ricketts was there.
Yeah.
Gemma. Yeah. It was good. It was good.
Mill, is it?
Yeah, it's lots of children. Got lots of children there. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. Alan too. Opposite the Tesco Express, before you turn right, is it in the roundabout for Bombay? Opposite the Tesco Express, before you turn right, in the roundabout for Bombay. Yeah, very possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that used Bombay Sapphire used to be a distillery. It used to be an old mill. It used to make paper banknotes, and then it was like a turned into like Bombay Sapphire gin distillery. So yeah, interesting place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there is a Tesco Express opposite. I've just looked on Google Maps.
Yeah, I don't think you can do it too often, but I think it's one of those venues where I think, you know, sort of every couple of years is you know, it's good.
Yeah.
What about Castle Cottage? Was that a good one?
Oh, we went there, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Castle Cottage, but they've decided that they don't want to run ghost hunts there anymore.
Oh, okay.
So it was one of those that popped up and everybody swarmed on it because it was like a new venue, Castle Cottage. Everyone's like, oh, you know, all the ghost hunting groups, I want Castle Cottage, I want Castle Cottage. And we managed to get Castle Cottage, and I think we were allowed like 10 people. Angela went, Lynn and Luke went, I went. Yeah, there's about 10 of us. Ian went, Stevie, Gemma. Yeah. Amy went. Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Is that 11 people? Is that 10? No. No, there were just 10. There were just 10 of us. But yeah, it was great. It was great. It was creepy. It wasn't very big. I think we had problems with, you know, where's everyone going to sleep? Luckily, you know, Luke decided to stay awake all night, so that was one bed we didn't have to look for. But yeah, that was my first ever like all-nighter, and I tried to get some sleep, and I think I probably had like a couple of hours, and I'm like, you know, yeah, it was so difficult. It was so difficult to try and get some sleep, but yeah, it was good. But then sadly, they decided not to do it anymore.
Was that the place where you saw something move on the table, Luke, in the kitchen?
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
I think it's when the plate, someone slammed their fist on the table and made the plates vibrate. And Dan was sitting at the table, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's when other people were sort of going to sleep and then you were all still up in the kitchen.
I think it was, yeah.
Oh, Fort Purbrook, yeah, we've done that a few times. Yeah. They've got some like prison cells there, old prison cells, and they're quite active down there. Yeah, we haven't done Purbrook for a while, have we?
No. And the tunnels were good. D-Day tunnels, weren't they?
Yeah,
Oh,
good
D-Day
job.
tunnels.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a good one. But yeah.
Have you ever
It's
done
just-
the Hellfire Caves?
Yes.
Yeah.
I forget the name of that place.
We want to do that. We haven't done that. I'd like to do that.
Yeah, we have done it. But you can go during the day for a little bit of a walk around if you want to. It's West Wickham. So you can go during the day, and you know, when the kids were little, I used to take them up there, and we used to, you know, go for a little walk around. But it's supposed to be like heaven and hell. So you've got the caves, and then above them is a mausoleum, the family mausoleum of the Dashwood family, on top of the hill. So climb up the hill, look at the mausoleum, and there's a little church up there, and then go down into the caves. But Graham, if you're still on here, Graham did our first ever Hellfire Caves trip, and he got a photo of this woman in a white dress. I don't know if Graham's still on here. It was amazing. And apparently there's a lady called Suki who apparently was jilted, or she was fooled into going down there. And I think she went down there in a wedding dress or something. So I'm just seeing if I can get the photo, but it was an amazing photo. And another credit to Graham there. Yeah, but yeah, we've done that a couple of times. But yeah, you can also go in the day as well for a walk round. It's not very expensive to get in either. It's expensive to hire, but not if you want to go for a walk around during the day. But yeah, let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, I remember we did quite a bit of debunking in like the main chamber bit there, because we were all quiet and then we could hear sort of noises. In the end, we worked out that there was like water slowly dripping from the ceiling. It's like,
Really?
Oh yeah, caves.
Yeah.
You always get out of caves, don't you?
Yeah. Ghost Dragons put, my friend's great grandfather was a founding member of the Hellfire Club.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
A while ago.
Oh.
And Graham put, yeah, strange capture with other faces there. Was that the place where you could, there was like faces in the walls?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the walls, but I'm sure there was faces.
I found it.
Ah.
I found it. Let me send it to Angela. Oh God, I can't even work my phone. Oh, but yeah, this is credit to Graham. Graham, I hope you don't mind me sharing. Oh God, it hasn't come out right. Let me screenshot it. It might be easier. Let me screenshot it across to you, Angela. Sorry, it's okay. So this is Graham's photo, and you know everything we get is as it is. It's nothing's faked or anything. We're not that clever to, you know, to do that. But Graham, this was back 2023. I'm sure it was before then. But anyway, he's put, this could be Suki at the back in her white wedding dress, but not sure who the skull face is. So, you know, you can tell that it's not, you know, none of this is faked. It's all 100%, you know, as we've got it. So, but yeah, this is Graham's photo. So, yeah, it's
almost
just
looks like Ghostface,
weird.
doesn't it, off of Scream? You know, Scream the film?
Yeah.
I think it looks a little bit like Ghostface.
But yeah, that's credit to Graham Bentley. That's his photo. So yeah, he gets some really good stuff. But I'll just see if I can enlarge it.
It's hard if it's a screenshot, I suppose.
But yeah, it's he's got some quite good stuff over the years, to be fair. Yeah.
Balance, but I think read that Dashwood used to wear a mask down there, so maybe him behind her.
Could be.
Yeah, interesting.
Could be. To be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, really interesting. Got some good stuff over the years, Graham. Yeah.
He's disappeared again. Oh.
Right, there's the other photo.
So this is Graham's Suki in a white wedding dress, sort of enlarged. So it definitely looks like somebody, maybe sort of like holding the hem of her dress or something up or something. But yeah, it's great. Yeah. So credit to you, Graham. Well done. If you lighten it, there's someone on the left. But,
I'm seeing like a face.
Yeah, same.
That's on the horse, isn't it?
Because you can see like the nose and like the hair, like black hair behind.
Like
long black hair.
Yeah.
Everyone sees things differently, don't they?
yeah, they do. They do. So Graham says if you lighten it, okay, let's lighten it a bit.
See the sheets.
Yeah.
Was that taken with or without a flash?
Yeah, I don't think my camera's doing it any justice, I'm afraid. I don't know. Yeah, very lucky. Yeah, it is. It's a great photo. Great photo. But yeah. Maybe we ought to have Graham on again, because maybe go through some of his EVPs, because there's really interesting stuff on there. So yeah, Graham, if you want to come on one Monday night and share some of your stuff, that'd be great.
Yeah.
It's got some good stuff over the years.
Yeah, it would be good.
Definitely. Cool. Right. Any other comments or anything else we want to say before we end?
No. It's a busy week of investigating, I think, this week. We're doing the Ram in this week, and we're doing Shepton.
Oh, are you?
Doing both this week. So
Kept that a secret.
Yeah.
What date are you doing the Ram?
Yeah, we're doing the Ram this week. So, and then Shepton on Saturday. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah.
A tiring week, but a fun week.
Oh, yeah. See you on Saturday, everybody. Yeah. Hope it's a good one.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
Shepton's usually good.
Okay. I would just say thank you to everyone for watching. And Paul should be back on next week. He's in Spain today, and I had a power cut, so he hasn't been able to get on. But hopefully he'll be with us next week. So thank you all for tuning in, and have a good week, everyone. Enjoy your investigations, and we'll see you all next week.
See you Monday. Have a good week.
Guys.